you carry a loaded handgun, you got an automatic 3.5 years in the slammer.
New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg.
They just saw an African American over there sitting around making a lot of money carrying a gun into a club that shot itself.
Former NFL player Plaxico Burress.
I think it'd be an outrage if we didn't prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
I lost my job. That's where I'm at right now.
It's pretty hard to argue the guy didn't have a gun and that it wasn't loaded. You've got bullet holes in and out to show that it was there.
She's pregnant. She's due on Thanksgiving Day. I'm having a baby girl. I won't even be there for that.
The hospital didn't call, and the Giants didn't call, and the Giants should have picked up the phone right away.
As Mayor Mike Bloomberg buys his way into the Democratic presidential race, his fortune showing just how this is done. Bribery out in the open for a mega billionaire whose net worth equates to 660,000 American households. It's important to outline his past.
I think we disproportionately stop whites too much and minorities too little.
95% of your murders and murder victims fit in one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male minorities, 15 to 25. You put all the cops in minority neighborhoods. Yes, that's true. Why do we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way you get the guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall and frisk them.
A racist policy by a racist man targeting minorities was his MO.
2 hours later, I was on Rikers Island. And it's like, what just happened?
Plaxico Burress was a star with the New York Giants, winning a Super Bowl and ending the Patriots' bid for a perfect season. In 2008, Burress entered a New York City nightclub with a loaded handgun and no holster. The gun slid down his pants, and he accidentally shot himself.
I think it'd be an outrage if we didn't prosecute to the fullest extent of the law, particularly people who live in the public domain, make their living because of their visibility.
This was Bloomberg's moment. He went on an all-out attack, a throw-the-book-at-him onslaught. Burress's wife, Tiffany, an attorney, told Plaxico he would be made an example of, and she was right.
It is just an outrage.
After this presser, well, I'll let Plax say it.
Mayor Bloomberg got on TV and said what he had to say, and ever since that moment, it was hell, man.
Headlines like Plax shoots self and poisonous Plaxico hit newsstands. Bloomberg's press conference worked in swaying the national media against Burress. Plaxico's attorney, Benjamin Brafman, said a bail agreement for $10,000 had been worked out. 20 minutes after Bloomberg called for Burress to be prosecuted to the fullest extent, the prosecutor asked for $250,000 bail. Did Burress's actions warrant Bloomberg's irrational grandstanding? You think the mayor of the nation's largest city would have bigger concerns than the stupidity of a professional athlete, wrote Jameel Hill. Burress was sentenced to 2 years prison time, serving 20 months. Some numbers to keep in your mind. In 2006, Queens resident Sean Bell left a bachelor party on the morning of his wedding when police fired 50 shots into his car, killing Bell and wounding 2 others. Bloomberg called for a thorough investigation, not throwing the book at the officers. The book throweth, and the book receiveth.
In terms of the actuality, it is probably a very small number of police officers. Most police officers in this city work very hard. They are not racist thugs.
See the double standard? He joked at a governor's press conference, I don't have to be here. I could be at a Giants game, but I'm probably safer here at the moment. This is Mike Bloomberg, the bigoted mayor who oppressed those in minority-driven communities to spot shadow an easy target for crime in New York City, while instead of punishing the Wall Street bailout, he did this.
Shortly after midnight, more than 1,000 police dressed in riot gear filled the streets of downtown New York, moving in on the Occupy Wall Street camp, bringing heavy equipment and a no-nonsense attitude.
Mayor Michael Bloomberg met in secret late last night with both his police and fire commissioners to officially greenlight this operation.
Mayor misogyny is not the man for the job, and it's something money simply cannot buy. If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.